Hello! Welcome back to another episode of Love, Money, and Rock and Roll. And as you guys can see, I have come as my roleplay right here. This is my roleplay, not my school uniform. No. This is how I actually roleplay as, right? I always roleplay as schoolboy. And as you guys can tell, I pulled up hair. I have very long hair. So this is how I dress up each time I roleplay. uh, I even shaved and everything, like a baby's bum. Anyways, let's keep going. I flinched and perked up my ears. Perhaps I'd imagined it. Not again. I hopped out of bed, eyes scanning the room for anything I could use for self-defense. Oh yeah, I forgot. We're getting jumped right now. I hopped out of bed, eyes scanning the room for anything I could use for self-defense. The base wouldn't do. Yeah, it would. I walked up the door in stiff legs and asked in a shaky voice, "Daddy desu ka?" No, "Daddy desu ka?" Who is it? Nikoku, Nick. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I breathed a sigh of relief and opened the door. Why do you? I got a question. Why do you wear a choker? You get to see. Okay. Do you know what time it is? Sorry, but your phone was off. So, is that a reason to turn up here in dead of night? No, but I tried calling several times. I wanted to know if you were going to school tomorrow. If you're so concerned about my attendance, you shouldn't wake me up in the middle of the night. I'm sorry. Dude, I'm a douche. Suddenly, I felt bad. Himitsu was just being herself while I was taking out my problems on her. She wasn't the one who had brought Catherine back or left the note. No, it's me. No, not. It's me. I should be apologizing. It's been an awful day. I mean, it's been a tough day, very filled, and I was already asleep, trying to sleep at any rate. Okay, I'll be going then. Good night. I shut the door behind her and returned to bed. If today was tough, what would tomorrow be like?
Loading screen.
Sorry. Okay, so today's July. What's next month? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know my months. Okay, leave me alone. Wait, July. Wait, not today. Bro, look. Uh, Hopefully it's soon. Come on. God, get it right. There. Okay, we have to be like uh, those makeup artists. Oh my God, it works. It's the 8th, August 8th. So this is the same day it's happening, just in 1987. Uh, 100 bells were chiming with 100 melodies in my head, announcing the morning. And that melody was the cheerful chirping of the birds. The construction on a neighboring street is the boisterous shouts of the street vendors, as well as the damn fan, which had not quit humming for a second, and the grumpy muttering somewhere close by. Yeah, boy. She is always the fixed gaze of large green eyes, the pouting lips, and the two red braids. Hold on. This had already happened. Wait, no? I jumped out of bed, stared in bewilderment at Himitsu, and blurted out, "What's the day today?" "Tuesday." "Tuesday?" she replied, frightened. "What's wrong?" "Tuesday." "Oh, all right then. Let it be Tuesday." I scanned the room meticulously. The open notebook I had tried doing my homework in the night before was still in the same spot. This meant everything was fine. It occurred to me that the new day hadn't arrived. "What do you mean?" Well, like when you wake up and today is still yesterday, as in some science fiction novel. You read too many of. You're horrible. I'm over here thinking I lost my mind, and you're like, you read too many books, baka. Things did seem to be running their normal course, except I now become aware of the peculiar smell. I sniffed the air. Is that? Yes, it is. I prepared it ahead of time. A big pot of brunch sat on the stove. Good lord, but why? Didn't you ask for it yesterday? No, I didn't. I just mentioned it in passing. It was a joke. Well, you know that. You know what? She said, you gotta have to eat this joke now. Ah! Soup for breakfast now? That was certainly unorthodox. Himitsu had outdone herself this time. Suppose yesterday I let drop something about the foie gras in a 1978 Shitue Motoguix. Would they be awaiting me now too? In any case, the borch tastes quite good. Granted, it wasn't exactly a traditional recipe. Well, Himitsu was Himitsu was sitting across me, looking at me intently. Why aren't you eating? I'm waiting to hear what you think. Look at her face. Oh yeah, sorry, it's delicious. Really? She didn't believe me. Yes, really. Why should it be otherwise? Himitsu tried the brooch. Okay, it's good. No, don't you dare complain about my cooking again. When did I ever complain? You just don't get my humor. No, I do get it. Just some light-hearted banter, it seemed, but Himitsu did not look her usual self. Every so often, a shadow of sadness passed over her face. Oh, did something happen? I hate those hits. No, what about you? What about me? That moment, the events of the previous day flashed before my eyes. Ah, yeah, I was so happy. The brooch saved me. And then you're like, oh my umo, shinderu, to my feelings, and then they're dead. The surprise awakening and the brooch had temporarily made me forget about Catherine and Kyosuke. Okay, the reason, okay, here's the real reason why I wore a uniform for video. I wore a uniform for, so you guys could see the equivalent of Ryusuke and me. But I forgot where my glasses are, and I don't know where my tie is, or my red sweater. So you guys are not gonna get roleplay of Ryusuke, okay? Everything's fine, just a bit unexpected. Don't worry, I'll be alright. And I was too lazy to get out of this clothes. Good, if you say so. She smiled. Let's go, or we'll be late for school. We exchanged only a few words along the way. Somehow we just couldn't find a suitable subject for conversation. I didn't want to tell Himitsu about the note just yet, and she probably hadn't had anything happen to her overnight that was not worth sharing. Sure, I could have talked about some random stuff, but that wasn't my thing. Did you see the new show? Finally, we reached the school. No incidents today, I hope. I snickered. Alright, I'll see you. Don't sleep in class! Hee! What is my life gone to? Okay, okay, now I had to think of a way to snag Catherine's notebook with that. Why would you want to take it? Oh, for the Japanese literacy. I hope she'd written something in it, preferably in Japanese. I was walking down the hallway, lost in thought, when someone called my name. Oh, shit. Onoki-kun! Hold it there! Hold it there! Yes, Kiyama-sensei? What is it? Follow me to my office, please. But the class about to start. I protested as though these kind of conversations were something new to me. It won't take a long. A very old man in his 70s, or perhaps even older. Kiyama-sensei was always coolly polite and cold. On top of that, he dressed and carried himself in a strictly European manner. No way, really? I had always been astounded at those Japanese who exhibited such obsequious devotion to the Western culture and way of life. I could think of any number of sayings on the subject along the lines of "thine own should be true." Although here this bat had become something of a tradition in its own. This was, after all, an elite school. What's the issue exactly? Anokokin-kun. No. Anoki. No. Anokun. Anik. Anokun. Anokin-kun, please come. No. Please come. Well, naturally, he wasn't coming to reprimand me in the middle of the hallway in view of the whole school busing. This girl wants beef. I give beef with look. We went in his office, but someone was already there. Young lady. Ojo-sama. Huh? Well, if it isn't Ojo-sama herself. Standing next to the principal's desk, in fact, is Ellie-sama. The boar from yesterday. She seemed equally surprised to see me here. Yesterday, cafeteria incident came back to me in vivid detail. The madam did give me a handkerchief in the end to wipe myself, and I tossed it into the dirty laundry at the house. Oops, I need to return. Let me. I can't do Stephanie's voice. Let me guess, are you freaking visitor here? She asked sarcastically. Well, I certainly did not expect to find myself groveling at your grace feet today. That will be Aruru Kobayashi-san. Kobayashi? That last name sounded familiar. Ellie politely took her leave of the principal and walked past me angrily, flashing her eyes. So, Anokunin-kun, do you know why you are here? I've got a couple of theories. The principal sighed and gave me a sad look from behind his glass. Anokin-kun, I understand that Japanese culture is alien to you, but here at this school, we have students of every nationality. We endeavor to provide all of them with the best opportunities. In return, we expect the appropriate respect and the adherence to the school rules. Here we go. I think you ought to understand this speciality, considering your situation. What about my situation? Let's not make this personal. No. No, what I meant. Embarrassed, he moved his glasses and began wiping them slowly with special cloth. I wanted to say that we make no distinctions between our students. The rules are the same for everyone. I understand. In that case, you must at least also understand that you cannot just keep classes for no reason. He put his glasses back and looked hard at me. And speaking of your attendance record, I understand. But if you understand why do you keep skipping it? Do you know who our school sponsor is? Kobayashi Corporation. This name does not mean something to you, does it not? The company's president. Okay, I can't do that forever. Himself is chairman of our school board of trustees, the centuries-old tradition. At that point, I tuned him out. Kobayashi Corporation is Kobayashi Ellie. These things were adding up. Interesting. I wondered, would she still be the school queen if she had been born into an ordinary family with like Iwamura's, for instance? Naruki-kun, what's that smirk for? Did I say something funny? I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, Kayama-sensei. This will not happen again. I bowed to the ground. Alright, that's enough. The old man apparently had this degree of repentance from me. I have seen the error of my ways, and I promise this will never happen again. Well, that's the most important thing, the fact that you understand, and to repetition. Alright, go now, or you'll be late for Cleverus. Thank you very much. I'm going now. Formally took my leave and marched out of his office. Oh! It's me. Look at him. Sexy man. Practically the same. Guys, I'm in an anime. So why didn't you tell me that the Ili-sama is of yours is Kabayashi? There were still a couple of minutes left before beginning of the classroom. I did tell you. No, you didn't. You said her grandfather was chairman of board of trustees, as I'm supposed to know who is the chairman. That's the problem. That you never know anything. Anyway, why do you ask? I got called into the principal's office just now. For skipping class? What deals? At the moment the bell rang. Only now did I remember about Catherine. She sat behind me, so I couldn't watch her conscientiously. Was she writing anything down? How was I going to grab her notebook unnoticed anyway? Surprisingly, I was hardly at all anxious. Sleep had clarified my thinking such that I found the whole situation more intriguing than troubling. The closing bell finally rang. Catherine got up and left the classroom. This was my chance to do. I slowly approached her desk, trying to look as unscrupulous as possible. I glanced around. My classmates were all minding their own business. I leaned down, opened the book, flipped through the pages. No, the handwriting was completely different. But how? Why? Sure, I had some issues with Japanese characters, but this much was obvious. Catherine did not write this yesterday. Oh, I'm gonna get destroyed. Anakin-kun. Set attention. Caught exposed, disgraced. Go to the teacher's room with Iwamura-san and bring the printouts for the next lesson. Oh! She stood staring indifferently out to the window. Yes! 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 All girls with short hair are hot. Right now, I wanted only one thing, to get out of the classroom as quickly as possible. Hi, well, should we get going? I can go alone. Oh my god. I forgot what voice I gave to her. She didn't even look in my direction. But we were told to go together. I'll manage by myself. Under different circumstances, I would have gladly agreed with her. Listen, I understand and all, but I have already been at the principal's office today, and I'm not burning with desire to go back. As you wish, as you wish. Iwamura shrugged and headed toward the door. Get to talk to girl. The hallways were inexplicably deserted. It was as if the students were hiding out in the anticipation of something. Iwamura walked in silence. Why are you quiet? Dude, I look sleep deprived, dude. Can you get some sleep, my dude? Oh my god, look at those. Feels bad. You need to go to sleep, bro. After I had defended her a day earlier, this is how she was acting. The awkward silence desperately demanded a conversation to break it. So, do you have to walk like this often? I couldn't think of anything better to say. She raised her eyes, looked at me in surprise. That was the first. So I did achieve the desired effect after all. Well, of course, I am the class president. Oh yeah, right, sorry. Silence again. It's just that we never really talked. I don't even know your first name. Why do you need to? It's not. It's only natural. Here, I'm Nikolai. This visibly embarrassed Iwamura, who seemed to be hesitating with the answer. In Japanese culture, addressing someone by their first name is a sign of familiarity. Also, she's Japanese. This was especially true in our case. But I didn't hold fast to all these conventions. Kagomi. Kagomi. Kagomi Iwamura, she said quietly. What? Really? A loud burst of laughter escaped my lips, spooking several passing girls who steered a wide breath around us. What's so funny, Kagumi? Kagumi friend. Nothing, it's just, well, it's a weird name. Kagumi is a Japanese children's game and a song from it. This is the reason Nikolai is surprised about this. His classmate's strange name. Kagome? I'm gonna have to look that up. No, weirder than yours. Why, what's wrong with my name? It's a normal name. Nikolai, Nicholas, if you prefer, or Nick. You're all the same. Oh! Oh! She was starting to get worked up, it seemed. Who's we? The gauging? Oh, gauging. I should have known. I'm gonna commit seppuku. No, the luck Mora. Oh! How rude! Kagome snorted and turned her in. Listen, do you have a problem with me? I think it's you who has a problem. Oh, really? And what's is it? I'm curious. Who's that new foreigner? I opened my mouth in surprise. Why would she be asking about that? Why, you've been staring at her non-stop from the last 2 days. Have you been spying on me? Have you been spying on me? You'd have to be blind not to notice. Lamau, she responded unfazed. That's really none of your business. Of course it's not. Kagome smirked. But neither is my life and of your business. So why are you prying? She had a point. We we were in a relationship at one point. Kagome's facial expression was hard to read, and she remained silent. Why did you bring her up anyway? It's not every day that we have a new student in our class, and such a striking foreigner at that. I'm a foreigner too, you know. She looked me up and down, smirked, and said, yeah, sure. I knew it. Wrong features for a Japanese, but now I was being denied the title of proper gauging. Oh, feels bad. Are you always like this? I was starting to lose my temper. We have arrived. Wait here. Hey, oi. Just in time, too, before I could open my mouth. Kagome went in the teacher's room, but before I knew, she went back with a large pile of papers. Carry it. What, all of it? I could see any way to carry the heap comfortably. What if we each carry half? Didn't you yourself volunteer to come along? No, I didn't. The teacher sent me, if you recall. Okay, give it to me. Kagami attempted to take all the papers from me at once. No, no, no. That won't do either. Each of us looked more pathetic now. Spurred and by wounded pride, I worked fast so the return trip looked considerably less time. Why you hate Kagome? I dropped the mountain of papers onto the teacher's table with a thud, while Kagumi took her seat and returned to her customary window gazing. I guess no one deserved to be bullied, but man, I could almost understand those bugs from yesterday. Judging by the clock, the bell was less than a minute away. Catherine's desk was empty. I turned to Michael, who sat next to her. This is Michael, the new girl. Did she go in somewhere? I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. Why? Never mind. No reason. Bummed. I sat at my desk. Could she had somehow noticed that I opened her notebook? No way. Catherine wasn't even in the classroom at the time. Did someone tell her? How long ago did she leave? I'm, t- I'm telling you, I don't know. Are you talking about the new girl? I think she went to see the principal. A classmate had overheard our conversation. Thanks. The chair beneath me felt like I was on fire. That's how badly I wanted to run after her. But to what end? What was I going to tell her? ¿Quieres? As the bell sounded, my feet seemed to acquire a will of their own. They carried me to the door, then past the teacher and out into the hallway. Psych, that's me every day. I turned the corner at a run and stopped. What the hell was I doing? Why all of this? The school had gone silent, frozen still as though in awe of inescapable night of pure knowledge. I was slowly tiptoeing through the empty hallways toward the principal's office. If I were to run, into the one of the teachers now, would have been I will have to explain myself all over again. On the other hand, it would be no better to if I showed up at his office myself. Speaking of which, here it was. I pressed an ear on the door, but no sound was coming from the other side. Either they were playing the silent game or Catherine was not there. So what next? It was too late to go back to class. No, you can go to class. I wandered the empty hallways and didn't even notice how I ended up in the old wing. Our school hadn't been repeatedly rebuilt since it first opened doors after the war, with new buildings added as old ones fell into decay. What? They fell? In my school, we have an old wing, like an old section of the school, and there's like a brand new, and you could tell the difference, and it hasn't fell yet. And it's pretty old. It used to be an elementary school. It was an elementary school, and then it became a school for rough kids, and then now it's like a language school, which is where I'm at. Inefficient, if you ask me. Why not tear down the old structure first and build a new one in its place? Theoretically, there shouldn't have been anyone in this wing, but suddenly I heard music, a guitar. Despacito. The sound was coming from what, judging by the plague, the old music classroom. I opened the door a crack. She's playing Despacito. Ha! None other than Ellie Kobayashi. Of all people, she was the last one I expected to find here. She was doing a fine job playing, though. The tune was nice and the execution was equally good. Music, at least, was one area that I knew a thing or two about. Ellie herself seemed to be glowing with happiness, looking nothing like the prim princess who I encountered in the principal's office that morning. Cool, though. This lyrical digression was I certainly couldn't let my chance like this slip by. Look at that. She knows how to play Despacito, guys. How come we don't know how to play Despacito? well. Now who do we have here? The guitar went abruptly mute. My applause was the only sound interrupting the silence that had descended on the place. Ojo-sama. Ojo-sama! I did not take... I did not know that you played the guitar too. Many emotion filtered across her face. Embarrassment, surprise, annoyance, and resentment. you... Please pay no attention to me. Carry on. What are you doing here? I followed the beautiful siren song, but I could never imagine it could be you, Ojo-sama. Ooh. Enough! Ellie blurted out, stood up abruptly, and froze as if not knowing what to do next. Hey, come on! Don't take offense. I just didn't realize you played a guitar. Somehow I don't associate you with this instrument. Now a violin? Maybe. I could play violin too. I could play viola. Viola better, Master Race. She cut in. Really? Well, that's cool. Why aren't you in class? It's no mystery why I'm skipping. What about yourself? I'm not skipping. We have a break. Alright. I smirked. You don't have to justify yourself to me. I'm not justifying myself. You, on the other hand, should watch your behavior. What were you doing at the principal's this morning? I came for a cup of tea. In any case, it's none of your business. I wasn't trying to be rude, but that's exactly how it came out. Actually, it is my business, seeing as my grandfather, I am aware. She gave me a surprised look. What? Is it a secret? No, of course not. No. Even if you are. Suddenly we heard voices in the hallway. Hide! Ellie whispered anxiously. Why, it's a break for you, and I'm used to it. I said sardonically, albeit in a lower rate. Man, I need to know more vocabulary. She didn't answer, but she was looking at me pleadingly. She must have had her reasons. Hide, let's hide. Very well, except I don't see where we could hide here. In here! Ellie grabbed my hand and dragged me to a small door, which I had missed initially. The door opened into a cramped utilities closet. What? Just like this? I hesitate. The closet was definitely not roomy enough for two people. Get in already! However, she clearly thought otherwise because next thing I knew, she literally shoved me inside before stepping in herself. Uh, Look! Look guys, we're in a closet with blonde perfect girl. Oh my god, we did it! We did it boys! Gamer moment! Gamer moment! Okay, now we're back. I had to turn off my camera. Great, we are now packed in like sardines and this place reeked. Yet perceptible above the stench of dampness, moldiness and dust was the sweet aroma of Ellie's perfume. A killer combination to say the least. The classroom door opened and several people entered. I think I heard something. You must have misheard, Kayama-sensei. The principal was talking to one of the teachers. Oh, dude, we did good. I'm not hearing things. I may be getting on in years, but I'm still more than capable. Heavens, no, Kayama-sensei. I did not mean anything of that sort. Anyway, this ramshackle place should have been torn down long ago. A third voice joined the conversation. This ramshackle place, as you called it, the principal let a sigh so loud I could hear it clearly even from the class. I remember, I remember, I remember arriving here as young teacher. Right after the war, traded in my rifle for pointer, you could say, chalk taking the place of ammunition. Who would have guessed that our principal was so sentimental? I shifted my gaze thoroughly. She turned red, like a boiled lobster, her breathing becoming rapid and irregular. An awkward situation to be sure. Yes, because I'm real hottie, IRL. Just because she played the guitar didn't necessarily mean she had lots of experience in the area of, well, you know. But who was the judge? Yes, I'd gone out with Catherine, but I've gotten somewhat used to her. Whereas here was a completely different girl standing next to me. And by next, I mean right up against me. And now, oop! My heart started beating faster and I gulped loudly. Ellie gave me a frightened look. I made a face that was supposed to mean quiet. She seemed to have understood. Meanwhile, the principal continued his oration. And after all of that, you take this as our cultural heritage. It should be made into a museum. Certainly, but let's go now. I don't know. Yes, yes. Forgive me. I get a bit carried away. The moment that door closed behind me, Ellie came flying out the closet. I stepped out after her. I had to say something. It was a bit tight in there. She looked at me dumbfounded. Tight? 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 You pervert! You groped me all over! I did not touch you at all. You groped me with your eyes. Then you don't think I could see it, feel it? Calm down already, will you? How can you grope someone with your eyes? Anyway, it was your idea to hide in there. Yes, but... well, that's all there is to it. Ellie looked sad now, and she lowered her gaze. I suppose it's unbefitting a young lady to behave like this, is it? She smiled sadly. Well, I'm not the best person to give advice on these matters, but for what it's worth, I don't think there's anything wrong with playing guitar. You must enjoy music a lot. Yes. This time her smile was more genuine. Then I don't see a problem. Just then a distant prowl announced it was break time. Alright, I've gotta go. See you. Her final parting smile was utterly disarming. I was left standing alone inside an empty music classroom of the empty old wing. What a strange girl. What am I? What is my life? Can you guys help me? The whole musical interlude made me forget entirely the reason I had wound up, yeah, me too, in the first place. I've been looking for Catherine. I had absolutely no desire to go back to class where I could expect another scolding. Simply escaping was bad enough, but to have run out of the classroom right in front of the teacher? No, thank you. I managed to slip off the building unnoticed, and I was free as wind, strolling down the sidewalk in Tokyo's central district. I just wanted to chill out. This whole day has been a waste. The only thing I achieved was determining that Catherine had not written yesterday's note. The note, unpleasant thoughts crept into my head. But if she didn't write it, who did? What if it wasn't a prank? Just what was going on? More had happened to me in the past day and a half than had over the course of the preceding year and a half. That entire time, I hadn't really socialized with anyone except maybe Himatsu, well, add to that Kyosuke, and occasionally Michael. Now Catherine was back, and there was Kagome and Ellie. What next? Was I going to turn into a magical girl? Dude, yes, magical girl. Was by any chance I end up near a familiar bar. The couple rounds of beer were an absolute must right now. I'd relax, clear my head. See, maybe maybe in Russia you could do that, but I don't know here. I don't know the drinking age. Say bori. Say biro. Biru. Say biru. Yes. The inside wasn't crowded, which made sense for this time of day. People were supposed to be either at work or at school, like in that joke about the three-story building and the hurricane. Even though I wasn't a stranger here, always had a fake passport on the ready. Classmates whose father worked in law enforcement had hooked me up at one point. There were lots of students at our school who had these passes to the adult life. How would you prove it wasn't real? A document was a document, especially when some insolent snot was shoving it in your face. Not to mention that the bar's owner was Russian. Chuckling, he usually told people that he used to be a pirate who got shipwrecked off the coast of Japan. That was a tall tale, of course. Most likely he was just a regular immigrant like my parents. I sat down at the counter and ordered a beer. Bartender, hey Kolia, what's up? You're early today. Hey, yeah, it's just the way it worked out. You aren't going to get any trouble at school, are you? You know how they are strict about these things here. I giggled nervously. Okay, I see. It's none of my business. A good bartender is invariably a good psychologist. It is almost a qualification for the job. Beer at this place was served in a pin-sized mugs, which made me very happy. Squealing with pleasure after drowning a tiny glass in one gulp was not my thing. Yuck. I took a large draught. Catherine's book. And the bathroom bartender raised his eyebrows and asked if, with unfeigned surprise, "And what are you going to do now?" At times I wondered if showing empathy to customers was something more than just a professional skill for him. What can I do? She hasn't been very eager to talk, and neither have I. At any rate, I'm certainly not going to throw myself at her. And why has she come back? She says because of her mother's work. I suppose that is the case. She wouldn't come back by herself, would she? Most likely not. And so I'm in this weird spot now. You know how they say life is like a zebra, a black stripe followed by a white stripe, then a black one again, then a white one again. Yep. And then the ass. Oh my god. Yep. And then the ass. We both laughed. You know what, Kolya? Don't get down, he said encouragingly. You still have your whole life ahead of you. The two of you will make 100 times over before the end. And if not, you'll find yourself another girl. Look how many of them are around. The bartender spread out his arms, inviting apprehensive looks from the few schoolgirls nestled at the table in the furthest corner of the room. Thanks for comforting words. There's so much else besides that. Anyway, my life is full swing, and each swing hits you on the head. Geez, did he keep a glossary of sayings under that counter? That is a very good counter. Count counter. Yeah, that's a very good counter. No, forget it. The barn door flew open, and a group of young people walked in. Having immediately recognized of the, among them the punks from the day before, I instinctively buried my face in the mug. Was I scared? So it seemed. They sat down at a table and ordered beer and cocktails for the girls. You know them. You know them? The bartender asked quietly. leaning in toward me. I wouldn't say I know them, but we've met. I gave them occasionally sidelong glance. I wondered if I should get up and leave. Wouldn't that look cowardly though? Then again, to whom? They hadn't even noticed me. No sooner did I think that one of the guys got up and walked over to the counter. Hey! No. Hey, I know you. If you say so. I said calmly as possible without even sparing him a glance. I think you don't know who you're dealing with, Gaijin. I'm not dealing with anyone. So, so it wasn't you who punched my friend in the face yesterday? If it was me, he had deserved it. Really? Then how about we stepped outside for a little chat? I looked at the bartender, but he only shrugged. Some empathy, damn it. All right. No. All right, let's step out. What could I do? Half a minute later, we were standing in the alley behind the bar. A couple older guys joined the school kids. Were where did they even come from? Not, not so tough now, are you? Said the one I punched yesterday. Now teach him to stand up for horse. I looked at the girl. Compared to her, Kagome was Mother Teresa. Well, what next? Gonna beat me, are you? 4 against 1? They command some respect. What happened to the code of honor? The Yakuza have one. I sneered at the largest guy among them. You there, you definitely got the mugshot for a thug. The older ruffians clenched their teeth, their expressions changing. What did you say? Let's get it over with already. A thought flashed through my mind. What if I struck first? That way at least I would retain a smidgen of self-respect. Wait, did I get punched? But I had no time to decide as a strong blow at my back threw me to the ground. That was low. The blows hit hard, but they didn't not go on for long. I curled up into a ball, covering my head with my arms. It hurt. By the time I recovered my senses, those bastards had vanished without a trace. I got up slowly and felt myself all over. Nothing was broken, it seemed. My face was mostly intact as well, except for a black eye. I returned to the bar and sat down at the same seat. I no longer felt like carrying a cordial conversation with the bartender, although what could he have done? Stand at my side and fight? Call the police? Nonsense. Hey, there's... He pointed off the side with his eyes. I turned my head. Sitting just a few feet from me was Catherine. Well, hi, I guess. I said little, while later, after waiting for her to open the conversation. Fat chance of that happening. Hi! Catherine replied indifferently. I shifted to a closer seat while she ordered a cocktail for herself. Why are they drinking? Why are they drinking? Can I drink? No. Do I have to roleplay that I'm drinking too? Oh my god. What's with the face? Nothing serious. She wasn't buying it. I fell. Face first onto the concrete several times in a row? Yep, it got unlucky this time. But next time victory will be mine. Is that so? Said Catherine apathetically. So are you also missing school? I had to start the conversation in the most natural way possible. Also? She looked at me askance? Askance? Well, it's nothing new to me. I guess it isn't. I heard you went to the principal. Maybe I did. What of it? The tone of her voice didn't change, but her eyes flashed. Katya, I don't want to start everything up again. Then don't. I'm not. Or was I? Just put yourself in my shoes. How would you be reacting? Wouldn't you be asking the same questions? What questions? Fine, I understand you're here because of your mother's work, but this particular school, why? What am I getting in your way? Oh my god. Catherine was sipping on her cocktail with an expression of absolute indifference. No, of course not. It's just when I think about how we parted back then. That's all in the past. You don't really think that I should have chosen a different school or changed my life in any way just because of you, do you? Why would I do that? Simply to avoid running into you in extra time? That's not what I was thinking. She was right, actually. I had no comeback. But she was right only if she really didn't feel anything toward me right now. Everything pointed toward this being the case, but I just didn't want to believe that she could be so cruel. So everything's alright? Of course. Then we can remain friends? A barely perceptible smirk. Do you want us to? Why not? The past is past. We have to move on. Go on living. You sound like someone with PTSD. He does! And that's when I started getting worked up. It's all in the past for me as well. If it, if that's what you mean. Is it? Good. Great. I turned away, pretending to study the menu. Was I out to get up and leave? That would that would be it. I'd have to forget all about her for certain. Damn it. Was I really still hoping for something? Each time, Catherine hurt me more and more, but like a mindless gnat, I kept slamming against the glass. So I'm trying to prove something to someone, and in the course of this year and a half, I become so accustomed to living with memories of her that now, when she was so close, I simply couldn't let go of her. These memories seem like my only hope, the only thing holding me back from doing something foolish and fatal. Okay, look, you see this? This is Despacito. This is sad boy hours. You see this? This man right here is getting cooked by girl. Now this really sucks though, honestly. In my opinion, I think you should not acquaintance yourself with a girl that you broke up with due to because why would you? Like if you still have feelings for her, it's just gonna be more painful if she just sees you as a bro, dude. And that sucks. That's why I'm like yeet. Anyways, I'm back with face cam. Okay, let's continue. Was I thinking of something specific? Unlikely, but I was hoping naturally. I see you're not wasting any time. Catherine gave me a surprised look. Nothing was worse than indifference, but better if she got mad at me. I snatched a cocktail out of her hands and said snidely, "Getting an early start, are we?" As I raised the glass to my mouth, I heard Catherine's indifferent voice somewhere in the background. It's non-alcoholic. It really was. Sorry. I set the glass back down on the counter. You, on the other hand, have kept to your habits, I'd see. What do you mean? Her eyes shot over the empty beer mug, which I had tried to move as far away as possible. Gosh darn it, bartender. It's been a rough day. Yeah? How so? Are you really interested? Just keeping up the conversation, or would you rather that I ignore you? Oh, my God. I was called into the principal's office. Yep, same reason as always, missing school. Well, you know me. Then was also a curious episode with a certain Ojo-sama. Your new girlfriend? Are you mocking me? No, just keeping up the conversation. I told you, if I'm disturbing you, I can leave. I don't have a girlfriend, nor have I ever. I see, and how's Himitsu doing? If you're so interested, you could visit her and ask. I don't believe you have had a falling out with her. Perhaps I would go see her. Catherine responded vaguely and glanced toward the entrance. Was she about to leave? Something stung on the inside. I wanted her to say, even if she was going to mock me. Himitsu's fine. I don't even know what else to tell you. Same as always, basically. Same as always, is she? She drawled. Are you surprised that someone could actually treat me normally? Of course not. I'm happy for Himitsu, and I'll definitely visit her if I get the chance, but now I need to go. Catherine nodded and exited the bar. Dang, bro, you took a beating. Don't even start. How about a drink on the house? Did you want to make it up to me? No thanks. I think I've had enough for today. Damn. Got a beating, dude. I left the bar and drenched. As expected, the bruises were aching. The past couple days, my life resembled some dumb manga from Kisuke's collection. My encounters with Catherine felt more like a soap opera, a vicious, sticky, dark brew with an ending, a beginning but with no end. How long would this go on? In less than a year, I was going to graduate, and then what? My dad's savings weren't going to last long. I would need to get a job. Thoughts of higher education didn't even cross my mind, but what skills did I possess? Did I want to toil interminably, day after day, like the Japanese? Did you know there is even a special word in Japanese that means death from overwork? Questions, questions. It was getting late. I'd been wandering aimlessly around the city for a number of hours, occasionally stepping inside stores or just window shopping. I was killing time, killing yet another day of my life. It was completely dark by the time I arrived at my house. The lights were on inside. I immediately remember yesterday's night, and a light shiver traveled down my spine. Now that was ridiculous. As husband waiting for a victim inside a house with the lights turned on, still logical or not, someone was obviously inside. It was Himitsu. I carefully opened and saw a woman's shoes in the hallway. Himitsu? I should have guessed right away. Who else had any need of me? I even told him. Hi, I said carelessly, entering the kitchen. Himitsu was sitting at a set table. She said, apparently been waiting for some time. Nico-kun, where have you been? I was worried. If a moment ago I might have been glad to see her, all that went out on the window now. Not another interrogation. Oh, what happened to you? She jumped up from her chair, and when she noticed my black eye, nothing serious. I ran into some robbers, made short work of them, but one got me in the eye. That is not. Stop talking nonsense. It's not nonsense. You want to see police report? She pouted, but calmed down, having probably realized that I was fine. I asked Yusuke-kun, and he said you weren't present for the last few lessons. So I wasn't. What of it? I snapped back. Nothing, it's just so much has happened lately that I was worried. Why would you worry about me? Did you think I was gonna go drown myself? No, I didn't. Nothing much has happened Nothing much has happened anyway. I was about to add, not to you anyway, but stopped myself at the last second. All Himitsu had done, nothing wrong. Meanwhile, she was looking at me expectantly. Oh, I had to tell her something. I debated whether I should mention Catherine. It's not like it was a secret or anything, right? We didn't do anything objectionable. Still, maybe Himitsu didn't need to know about this. Oh. Live the life telling the truth. That's what I learned from my mistakes. I was with Kyotka. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna end the episode here, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like. Share it with your friends if you enjoyed this long journey of playing this amazing game. I think I'll end up. I think I'll end up playing the rest of the game soon. Like this is not even a demo. Okay, anyways, uh, like I said, leave a like, subscribe, share it with your friends, maybe, just maybe. Anyways, see you guys. Bye.